Matt Damon's Odysseus just made $264 million in 3 days. But what Nolan put on screen is only one face of a story Homer told 2,800 years ago. The real Odysseus was far more brutal, far stranger, and far more human. Let's look at the actual epic. In this episode, 3 things: what Homer's original epic actually says, where Nolan's film sits next to it, and which major myths will be breaking down one by one for the rest of this series. Let's get into it. The Odyssey is an epic poem attributed to Homer, treated as the sequel to the Iliad. The Trojan War is over, the Greek kings are heading home, but the king of Ithaca, Odysseus, takes 10 years to get there. The poem isn't even told in order. It opens with his son Telemachus setting out to search for him, then jumps back so Odysseus can narrate his own adventures firsthand. In other words, Homer was already using that non-linear, flashback-heavy structure Nolan loves, 2,800 years before Nolan was born. Maybe that's exactly why he picked this story. In the film, Odysseus is Matt Damon, his wife Penelope is Anne Hathaway, and their son Telemachus is played by Tom Holland. So who are these people in the actual myth? Penelope is one of the most misread characters in the whole epic. She's not just the loyal wife. For 20 years she outwits hundreds of suitors occupying her own palace. Weaving a burial shroud by day and secretly unraveling it every night just to stall them is one of the smartest scenes in all of Greek mythology. Telemachus starts the poem as basically a kid, still living in his father's shadow, trying to figure out who he even is. Casting Tom Holland is actually a pretty fitting choice, because Telemachus's own coming-of-age arc is the entire subject of the epic's first 4 books. And Zendaya's Athena is, in the myth, Odysseus's real partner in this whole journey, the goddess who protects him, guides him, even disguises him. How much the film leans into that relationship is going to be worth watching for. Homer's epic runs 24 books, there's no fitting all of it into one movie. Nolan had to make choices. Here are the major set pieces we'll be covering one at a time for the rest of this series. The one-eyed giant Polyphemus, and Odysseus tricking him with the fake name, Nobody, one of the most famous cons in all of mythology. The witch Circe turning Odysseus's crew into pigs. The Sirens' deadly song, and Odysseus having himself tied to the mast to survive it. And maybe the darkest chapter of all, Odysseus descending into the Underworld, Hades, to speak with the ghost of his own mother. Each one of these deserves its own video, which is exactly why we're building this series. Nolan's film isn't just a summer blockbuster. With a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes and one of the biggest global openings of all time, it just put a 2,800-year-old story back in front of millions of people. That's a rare chance to actually learn where it came from. Next episode, we're covering how the Trojan War actually started, and how archaeologists really found the city of Troy. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. Which mythological scene do you most want to see on screen? Let me know in the comments.